Welcome to GabTalks, where we provide tools, tips, and techniques to help your life and business be easier, better, and faster. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? I am Gabriella, and this is Gab Talk Success Tips from Experts. Today, I am bringing to you guys such a phenomenal expert. Welcome, Rudy Kusuma. Hi, Rudy. How are you today?
Wow, pleasure to be here, Gab. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Well, thank you so much for agreeing to let me interview you. You and I met 6 years ago. Gosh, that was a long time ago. You have such an incredible history. And I know where you and I met was through a chamber of commerce that you were very instrumental in actually launching and getting off the ground. So, will you please share with our audience about your expertise?
Gab, I focus on helping real estate agents to grow and develop their own $5 million business. I remember as a brand new agent starting from zero, it's hard. So right now, my focus is helping agents to grow and develop their own teams.
That's incredible. And I know that you had some fabulous mentors when you were coming up, and that's what you do now with the people that join your team.
Yeah, absolutely. In life, it's a series of mentors. I remember when I first get started in the business, brand new agents looking for a pathway to go. And I promised when I get started, Gab, back in 2007, that one day when I figure out how to generate business, my promise was to help as many real estate agents as possible to revolutionize, to change how real estate industry has been done around here.
That's amazing. And we need more people out there like you. And that's part of why we started this interview series, is to show the rest of the world, the rest of the country, that we have people just like you that are able to hold hands, shepherd, and teach people how themselves can be experts. So, Rudy, will you tell our audience about your background and how you wound up getting to the path to become the expert that you are?
Well, I get into door-to-door sales and trying to figure out a better way to get in business. I grew up in a family. We never talk about sales, never talk about money, never talk about business. So I came across a book called The Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I dropped out of school after I read the book, dropped out of school and completely get into this world of sales and money and entrepreneurship. And the way I did that is by doing sales door to door. And one of my customers was a real estate brokerage, and he encouraged me to get my real estate license. So quickly, I got my real estate license in 2007. And then I realized, as soon as I received my real estate license, I realized, oh my gosh, this is the business that me, brand new agent, and somebody else that's been in business for 20, 30 years, we all have the same problems, which is, where's the customers come from? So that's how I get started to start thinking there gotta be a better way to do business, because how can a brand new person who entered the business and somebody has been in business for 20 years having the same issue? So that's how I get started, Gab.
That's incredible. And now today, you literally mentor and teach other people because you have 20 years of experience and you shepherd them to get to their own level of success.
Yes, and so the biggest thing here in life, Gab, I believe, is mentorship, right? Because I realized when I first get into this business, everybody keeping it to themselves. It's a solo agent model. Essentially, real estate agents is a solo agents model. Everybody is unto themselves. So my biggest aha moments was when my baby born in 2007. I couldn't even be with my baby at UCLA hospital because we have to do everything all by myself, juggling all the balls. So that's when I look for a mentor, for a guidance. And I came across the number one Remax agent in the world back then, Craig Proctor. So he sold 500 homes. So I seek him out. He's in Canada. So I seek him out and becoming a student on how to build a real estate team. So that's in 2007. And today, in the last 12 months, my team, over 200 real estate estate professional, sold over $1 billion worth of real estate, over 1,000 real estate transactions in the last 12 months. And the cool thing about it, Gab, not a single person in my team has done any cold calling, zero prospecting, zero cold calling, zero door knocking. That's what gets me excited here every single day, because now it looks like it's the next generation. How do we know the system works? The result is produced in spite of you, right? Because now obviously the business has gone way beyond my personal involvement on that. I think leadership or entrepreneurship is all about how many people can you lift up? How many people can you empower? How many lives can you change? Because at the end of the day, we live on this planet. Our time here is limited. The question is, we cannot take away all this money or whatever. At the end of the day, is how many lives? What's your legacy, right? The legacy is how many lives that you impacted while we are here.
So the next question that I usually ask my guests, you've actually already started to talk about, and that's your influence and inspiration. And I know because, again, I've gotten the opportunity to hear you speak. You talk about Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Will you get a little more in depth with why that was such an inspiration for you and what our audience can take away from that themselves?
Yeah, I was actually, I never studied any business, grew up in a family, never talk about sales, business, or money. My graduate school was mathematics. I'm actually a science major. And I was about to do my graduate school when somebody gave me this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Finished the book in 1 week. And what I learned from that book is that the number one skill in life is it's sales, how to influence and persuade people to do what they want. I was like, wow, sales. As I read that book, I was like, it completely changed my life. I actually wrote a letter to my school, dropped out of my grad school, dropped out of my graduate school, and start jumping into sales. And I didn't even know what to sell. So what I did, I called a Rich Dad company, bought 24 of that books with the money that I didn't have. I used my credit card. This is back in the 97, I think. And then I start selling that book door to door to door. What is sales? Sales is the art on how you communicate, how you influence, how you persuade, how you empower people, anything in life. Yes, I agree. 20 years later now, the number one skill in life is sales.
Absolutely. And that's incredible. Hello, awesome listener. Thank you so much for joining us today at GabTalks Success Tips from Experts. We're going to take a short break and say thank you to our sponsors. It is through the generous support of these sponsors that we are able to bring to you these amazing experts that are sharing their best tips for your success. So please listen to what our sponsors have to say, and hopefully they're going to inspire you that you're going to click their links and go support them.
Ever wish you had a generous, wealthy uncle? Well, this Gab Talk sponsor may be the next best thing. If you've ever found yourself wishing some successful person would willingly invest their time, energy, and money in you to help you crawl out of the drudgery of your life, then this is your lucky day. Most people will ignore this. They'll think it's too good to be true. But if you'll pay attention, you may just discover that he is the guy. And as you might imagine, this is exactly why I've been asked not to reveal his identity. If I did, he would surely be overwhelmed by countless people sending in their sob stories in hopes of getting a handout. Well, he can't help everybody. He's not a charity. He's a business philanthropist, and he's made millions and would like to give back. He's willing to give a few total strangers a hand up. If you would like him to invest in you and you want more wealth, better health, and a drastically improved quality of life, simply click the link and tell him your story. Be honest. He'll see what he can do. I can't promise he's going to solve all of your problems, but he will make you this promise. If you have the courage to tell your story, he'll read every word and give you a valuable gift just for doing so. So go ahead. What are you waiting for? Click the link and share your story.
Global Prosperity Academy, GPA, is a community of like-minded individuals that are heart-centered and mission-driven, focusing on high-level communication training, leadership development, and strategic community building. Take a look at the video in the link below and see how GPA is right for you. Rudy, if you could go back to your younger self, that 18-year-old, 20-year-old that was in college and dropped out, or when you first came here, because I know you grew up in another country and then you came here as a teen. If you could give yourself one piece of advice, or somebody who is pivoting and changing careers that's young in a new career, what piece of advice would that be?
Get a clarity on what you want and find someone, a mentor that have achieved what is it that you want. Because today is 2022. Whatever you want in life, whatever you want in your personal life, professional life, financial life, somebody else have done it.
Mhm.
Find that somebody and emulate their behavior, right? So that's called, so find a mentor, be a good student, emulate their behavior, and if you do what they do, you're going to get the results. It's relatively simple. We do not need to invent anything in life today. Somebody have done it. So my advice, Gab, is find a mentor and be a good student.
That's amazing. So you've already jumped into giving some fabulous advice and tips for our audience to take them to their next level of success and expertise. What other advice would you give us?
You just have to remember, the only way for you to go up is by helping other people. Your business is designed for others. And this is what I meant by when I say that. Yeah. Your business, the more, I think Zig Ziglar is the one that said it best. He said, you can get anything in life, anything. You can get anything in life if and only if you help other people to get what they want.
Yeah.
So your business is designed to empower, to elevate other people. Like, who are the people that you want to empower? So I'll give you an example, practical example here at your Home Soul Guaranteed Realty, because I have clarity on my audience, the real estate agents, the real estate agents that come in our office. They are guaranteed to increase their production by 100,000 in 12 months with no cold calling, and they have not only they're making more money, Gap, they actually have the time to enjoy with the family. And guess, you know what's the funny thing? The more we equip, empower, the more we make other people successful that do business with us, we become successful. And most people that have challenges in business, subconsciously, obviously nobody's going to do it on purpose, they do it because they think it's all about me. It's not about, unfortunately, it's not about me, it's not about us, it's about others. So really focus on how we can serve others, and the money will follow.
I so completely agree with that. And it's interesting because if you think about it, the way that you just positioned it right now, if you think about it, in order to generate more business, we need customers. Well, we're trying to take a product, a service, or whatever to market because we think it's something they need. But you're right, when we think about it, many people, without intentionally thinking it in this way, think more about how it serves themselves to get the customer instead of how it serves the customer.
Yep, we just have to help solve people's problem. That's what business is. Business is all about. Look at what's the problem in the marketplace. What is the problem in your industry? And then
Yes.
you come up with the solution that solve whatever the problem is, and you will be extremely successful.
And I think the key to that is team. You create a team so that everyone can work cohesively and work together, help each other out.
Yes, when we talk about team, Gab, the word team has been abused so much now. So I just want to be clear, when I refer the word team is defined as a team of specialists, meaning each individual has a specific role in that team. That's why we call it a team of specialists. You specialize in doing one thing, then together, collectively, then you be more productive.
Well, and the great thing about that, and I think it's Guy Hendricks who talks about working in your space of genius. The great thing about that is it's not that the two different people can't do some crossover, but each person, if they're focusing on what they're really good at, you create the entire group, and then everyone, it's very cohesive. Like you said, it's not a bunch of this, but it's a cohesive group of people that
Yep.
have their own genius. And then they're happier because they're not being pulled in 8,000 directions. And I know with your team, everyone can step into someone else's role when necessary, but that's not an expectation on an ongoing basis. That's you know what, my kid's graduating from school, or I have this, I'm going on vacation, and you guys can people can cover for each other.
Yeah,
So
there's a
that keeps the team moving without anybody feeling that pressure.
Yes, you brought up the idea that there is a difference between delegation and abdication. Abdication, right? So when people say building a team, they abdicate, meaning they are not good at something and they hire somebody else to do something that they're not good at. That's called abdication. Well, like you said, what's the problem is that what happened with that if that individual gets sick, right? So what we do here when we talk about our team, Gab, we are talking about delegation, meaning the leaders, before they move up to the leadership, they delegate, meaning before you delegate, that means you really truly master your task. Then you create a step-by-step system. What is a system? It's just a series of checklists. That's all it is. You create a checklist, and then you delegate somebody else. So I just want to be clear, when we say crossover, I don't mean, because that's not like chaos, right? So when we mean that, the reason, because now, yes, we are system dependent, but the system is run by human. So when the human gets sick, or like you mentioned, or whatever happens, because things happen, then we can just have another human jump into the position. So it's a position driven, and the position is run by humans. That's how you scale any business. It cannot be dependent on the human. It depends on the system. And yes, we understand the system is run by human.
Yeah, I learned many, many years ago, if you're so good at what you do that you become irreplaceable, then you become unpromotable. I love the concept of systems that as you learn and build out a system, you can move up and bring in other people and then teach them, and then you go up and they go up. I just love it.
That's perfect, Gab. But before you get elevated, the only way for you to get elevated is you delegate. The only way for you to delegate, that means you got to master that. And if every small businesses professional apply that simple principle, your business is truly for other people. You are there to serve other people. You empower, equip people. You get more in life what you give away.
Absolutely. On each episode of GabTalks Success Tips from Experts, we like to highlight a hero sponsor who is a business that chooses to highlight a do-good organization in their own community that is bettering the world. Today's hero sponsor is...
Hello, world. This is Z, or you can call me Mr. Z. I am a web developer and I am also a consultant from Z World Webs. Today, I want to highlight the Unity Foundation. The Unity Foundation is a nonprofit organization with a 46-year history of promoting peace, cooperation, and of course, unity throughout the world. For the past 22 years, the Unity Foundation's main focus has been using their media platforms to help humanitarians working for peace, make this world a better place, and promote the United Nations since 1984. To learn more about the Unity Foundation, please visit their website at www.unityfoundation.world. The link can be found in the show notes. So with that being said, my name is Z from Z World Webs, and let's develop a website Z World is waiting for.
So Rudy, you and I could keep talking for quite a long time. You have so much valuable content and information in that amazing head of yours, but we do need to come to the end of this interview. So will you please share with us where our audience can reach out to you? How can they find you?
Well, for real estate, for entrepreneurs, professionals who wants to learn more about our team system, go to www.topagentsfreedom.com.
And we will have the link for that in the notes, in the description, so that you guys can go to Rudy's website. Are you on social media as well? Can they find you there?
Yes, Instagram, Rudy L. Kusuma, Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere.
And I believe Your Home Sold Guaranteed has business pages as well. So you guys can look up Rudy there. And Rudy has a very special offer for you guys. So Rudy, will you tell our audience about your offer today?
To receive a 27-page documents on how you can build your very own $5 million in revenue real estate sales team model, and a 3-minute video that explains step by step how we are able to sold over $1 billion of real estate in the last 12 months with no cold calling, no prospecting, no door knocking. Go to this website, www.topagentsfreedom.com.
Awesome. So again, the link will be below. Make sure you click on it. You can reach out to Rudy and his team there, download a copy of the 27 page and the 3-minute video. And you guys don't forget to subscribe, click the reminder so that you know when our next episode is publishing. Hey, thanks so much for watching. We hope you got value today. We want to give a huge shout out of gratitude to our contributors. Please make sure you click the subscribe button below and don't forget to click the bell up above to get reminders when we add new content.